Self-improvement is like a siren in the sea. It seems so beautiful at first, but once you get closer, you realize that it's dragging you in and you cannot get out. The self-improvement YouTubers of today try and claim that they're spreading such a good message and helping the youth of today, but in reality, when you take a step back and get outside of the self-improvement community, you'll see its weak and its fake foundations. We complain as a society now about the damage being done to our youth. We've got 13-year-old girls making makeup tutorials, becoming obsessed with their looks and posting borderline child pornography on the internet. We've got 14-year-old boys posting thirst traps, focused on looks maxing, and telling each other they're going to edge each other for hours in the comments of videos. It doesn't really get much better when you look at the system around us. In our schools, prepubescent kids are being told to explore their sexuality and they're being taught about sex before they even know what it is. It's even worse when you've got a 4-year-old boy who likes the colour pink and within a few months to a year he's brainwashed into thinking he wants to be a girl. Self-improvement gurus like to claim that they're combating this degeneracy, but the way I see it, they're just adding fuel to the fire. We've got 14-year-old boys to hyperfixate on their looks and being told to looks max. You know, there's even an app now to see how much potential you have and to see if you're going to become attractive or not, which is just retarded. And these young boys are being told to find a life purpose at the age of 14. 14 and you want a life purpose? Bro, when I was 14, I was going to school, coming home and pissing around with my friends, and that's normal. It's not degenerate to do that because every single other kid does it. You grow into your own person by doing these things. But now we have an influx of young boys trying to become a millionaire at 13 or trying to make 10k a month before the end of the year. You know, and it's a problem because the young boys are becoming extremely materialistic, linking their assets and their money to success. Making a lot of money is great, and it's not wrong to do so. You know, I'm not a retard who tries to cancel everyone who's richer than me because it's not fair. But what you have to understand is money isn't everything. It's easy to see how hypocritical these people are when what they're actually preaching is hedonism. Owning loads of supercars, having loads of slutty women walk around your boats and your mansions, and traveling every week might make you happy for a year or two. But give it some time, and soon you're going to be left depressed and desensitized. What these people need to understand is that these kids are never going to find their life purpose at such a young age, and this is because they're so easily influenced and they're inevitably going to change their mind within the span of a few months. Every single kid wants to chase the newest shiny object. This is why it's so important to let them go out and live a normal childhood, because they're going to gain certain experiences that shape the direction of their life, their worldview, and ultimately the person they're going to become. But now we have this culture of young men trying to act mysterious, cool, and rich. They're staying inside, ditching genuine fun experiences they could be having with their friends to binge watch self-improvement videos, think that they're better than everyone else, and work on their drop shipping or agency. The worst thing is the narcissism that comes from it all. All of these gurus try to preach to their fans that they should be nonchalant and stoic, but in reality, everyone knows that these gurus and their fans just want to prove to everyone how much better they are than everyone else. I know this because I used to be one of those people who was so obsessed with self-improvement content. I remember at one point I uninstalled Instagram and TikTok, and I'd always make it a point to talk about how I uninstalled these apps. Anyone would ask me, have you seen this TikTok? Have you seen this Instagram? Look at the TikTok I sent you. And I would reply with a snobby, I don't have TikTok. But in reality, I was coping, scrolling on YouTube Shorts, telling people that it's not as degenerate as TikTok and it's not as bad, or I straight up lie and tell them that I don't even use the YouTube Shorts that much. When in reality, I needed to get that fix of dopamine in my brain. I'd practically get hard on every single time someone told me I was mature for my age, but in reality, all I was doing was spewing out the same shit I heard the self-improvement gurus I watched on the internet say. And even I knew that I didn't believe half the stuff that they said on the internet, but I was too scared to admit it to myself. It just shows that there's going to be such a lack of personality now, because all of these kids are going to be clinging onto these opinions and these worldviews that they don't really believe, and they're all going to be too scared to admit to themselves what they actually believe in. Another crisis we have these days is teenagers becoming parents because of the degeneracy presented to them in social media and in the school systems. Social media gurus like to claim they're going to stop this degeneracy and they're combating against it, but then you look on their channels and they have videos like how to get a girl to chase you, the best way to flirt with women, and the 10 best ways to get a girl obsessed with you. We're no better than the system that we're stuck in if we're teaching prepubescent boys how to navigate a dating and a sex life. Self-improvement also sells really fake ideas to young men. Everyone could become a Chad no matter what. You can become rich, you're just not working hard enough. Just get on NoFap, work out, and girls will come lining up to you. Every single person is born with different circumstances, and the unsexy truth is that it's going to be harder for some people than it is others. I'm not telling anyone to give up, but the short fat kid with crooked teeth is going to have a lot harder of a time looks maxing than the tall, lean, skinny kid with a nice jawline. Not everyone's business is going to work out, and some people might actually realize that they're better suited for working a job. There's plenty of career paths to go down that offer fulfillment and a lucrative amount of money. But because of this hyper-stimulated lifestyle that's been pushed down everyone's throats, so many of these people think they're too good for a job. It's not like these YouTubers don't know what they're doing. Of course they know what they're doing, because what they do sells to an influential audience of young men. An audience that can be easily influenced into buying your courses or paying hundreds of dollars a month to join your private communities. Why does a 14-year-old need to join a private community to help him make friends, find a purpose, start a business, and become a more masculine man? That doesn't sound like something that's marketed towards a 14-year-old boy. That sounds like something that should be marketed towards 35-year-old incels who have parasocial relationships with streamers online. Most of the stuff in a course is available online for free. What you're paying for isn't the information inside of the course, but more so you're paying for the compilation of the information. I've seen so many people around me become successful without buying one course because they decided to go and do the research by themselves. Despite how out of hand everything has gotten with the self-improvement community now, I do think there are a few pieces of good advice. Telling kids to be confident, to stay healthy, not to fap away and waste their lives. I just think we need to reevaluate what's being taught and how it's being taught. And I think everyone actually needs to look back and see the first-hand effects of what's happening. But anyway, whether you agree or disagree, I don't care. Embrace discomfort, stay shivering.